is up? Man, what is up, man? What's going on? Man, shout out to everybody out there in La La Land working at the corporate plantation, slaving away while these dominant society motherfuckers is just doing what the fuck they want to do. Giving us 15 cents to the dollar while they getting $1.50 looking at it. Shout out to everybody out there, man. If you at the corporate plantation, David, James Youngblood, all y'all, man. Y'all know what it is. You know what it ain't. Shout out to everybody out there, man, that's handling business and doing what they need to do to survive. Man, we know it's the motherfucking championship starts tonight, the finals. I'll talk about that a little bit, but right now, man, we about to talk about freeloading criminals. That's what the subject is about. Freeloading criminals, and we're going to get into that. We're going to discuss that. Let's get it. Yeah, man. Freeloading criminals, man. I got this article, man. I'm gonna bring it back full circle so you know what the fuck I'm talking about. A convenience store owner who shot a 14-year-old boy in the back has been charged with murder. South Carolina authorities say a South Carolina convenience store owner has been charged with murder after allegedly chasing a 14-year-old black boy and shooting him in the back after suspecting the boy of shoplifting, authorities say. So you gonna shoot a motherfucker in the back for shoplifting? Right. The child, Cyrus Carmack Belton, had gone into the store in Columbia around 8 p.m. Sunday and was confronted by the owner, who accused him of shoplifting, according to Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott. He did not shoplift anything. We have no evidence that he stole anything whatsoever, the sheriff said in a news conference Monday, adding, even if he had, that's not something you shoot anybody over, much less a 14-year-old. We are confident that this was done in a manner that will now classify as a homicide. This was not an accidental shooting by any means, Richland County Coroner Nida Rutherford said during the news conference that this was a very intentional shooting, and unfortunately, Cyrus Carmack Belton lost his life. How the shooting happened, according to the sheriff, after Chow confronted Cyrus, the boy left the store and took off running and was chased by Chow, armed with a pistol and Chow's son. Oh, so this was a lynching. Cyrus ran out of his shoes, fell down and got back up, continued to run. An incident report from the sheriff's department said at some point the son said that the victim had a gun, and we did not recover a gun that was close to his body. At that point, the father shot the young man in the back. The sheriff said Chow reportedly saw that looked to be a firearm, pulled out his Glock 30S and fired one shot, according to the incident report. Deputies arrived to find Cyrus lying on his back. As a bystander did chest compressions, a firearm was found several feet from the victim, the report states. The child died of the single gunshot wound to his right lower back that seemed to be consistent with someone who was running away from the assailant, the coroner said during the news conference. The convenience store location has had a number of shoplifting incidents in the past, including confrontations involving the owners of the store, according to Lot B. The family's attorney, state rep Todd Rutherford, said he was outraged by the shooting. What happened to Cyrus wasn't an accident, he said. It's something that the black community has experienced for generations, being racially profiled, then shot down in the streets like a dog. Words can't describe the pain I feel having known this family for decades. Rutherford added, I am asking that our community continue to wrap their arms around this family as they join the club that no black family ever wants to be a part of. The sheriff's office incident report said that the shooting was not a bias-motivated incident. All right, let me give my partake on this. First of all, I'm gonna break this down real quick and I'm gonna get on. The dominant society has created a template where immigrants and other racial groups come here and they use the same talking points. Oh, he had a gun, so you shot him in the back. Where do you think that these people are getting this from? They're getting it from the dominant society, blue line, the police departments, law enforcement, that's where they're getting this from. They have the green light to kill us with impunity. They don't care. And you say, why you say freeloading criminals? Well, he's a freeloader. If he cannot trace his lineage back to the 1866 treaty, he's a freeloader. He's here for unearned benefits. He shouldn't be over here, and that's the problem. And I would love to sit down with any immigrant and we can have a nice conversation. I personally respect the people that stay in their country and fight to make their country a better place. Not flee from their country, come to the United States of America, become acclimated and ingratiated in the United States of America's politics and their warfare and all the backbiting and undermining dirty bullshit that the United States of America Incorporated has done to foundational black people in this country for 500 years. That was a public lynching is what you did to that kid. He's only 14 years old. Why didn't you call the police? You're not a vigilante, but you conducted yourself like one because you didn't think anything was gonna happen. That's why I said freeloading criminal. You're a freeloader. You're here for unearned benefits. I don't care what anybody says. We're talking about technically the law. Technically speaking, if you come here and we cannot trace you back to the 1866 treaty, you're an immigrant and you're here for unearned benefits, which makes you a freeloader. And why didn't you fight so hard to do this in your country? You know why? Because in his country, whatever ethnicity he is or racial group he's from, shoot a motherfucker in your country, you'll go to jail. They probably would kill you. But only in the United States of America, you can be an immigrant, you can come here, own a store, treat black folk like shit, shoot them and kill them with impunity and think ain't nothing gonna happen. This has been going on forever. This has been going on for I don't know how long. That's why I am not impartial to immigrants coming here, freeloading, getting the resources that are deserving of foundational black Americans, and then throwing it up in our face with the whole, I came here with $1 in my pocket and I made all of this. No, you were allowed to come here by the United States of America Incorporated, AKA the dominant society. You come over here, you get unearned benefits, and then you treat black people like shit. If you are a real motherfucker that really have your shit together, you would build up your homeland and not come to the United States of America Incorporated and try to eat off of black labor, which equals white wealth. That's the issues that I have with the dominant society and the United States of America Incorporated. You give all these tangibles to every other racial group, to the LGBTQ, everyone else. And then when black folks start talking about tangibles, y'all being divisive. You know, we gave you Obama and all this bullshit. When are we as a people going to wake up and understand this shit is not going to stop until sometimes we take matters into our own hands? That's why fuck a Democrat, fuck a Republican. No, close the fucking borders. Treat the borders like it's Korea. Treat it like it's North Korea, South Korea. Treat it where you step this line, we shoot you on sight. Then people will stop coming over here and stop allowing people to come over here. If we have a debt ceiling that's out of control, why would y'all allow immigrants to come over here and live off the labor of black folk? That's why more foundational black Americans are becoming more agitated, more irritated, more frustrated, because it's like, damn. So my ancestors built this country for free without repayment, and here y'all coming over here want to reap the benefits. And then after you reap the benefits, you own a store, you're gonna shoot a kid in the back? No, don't give him no manslaughter. Give him first-degree murder and send his ass away for 30 years. What kind of shit is that? I think in the long run, we will start to see and have a different perspective. Come on, man. These are immigrants owning these stores. These people are not foundational Americans that been here since the 1866 treaty. Stop with the bullshit. If that's the case, then all these slave books that I done read and all these books I done read, they'd be mentioning Chinese people and Latino people and all these other people. I was watching Daylight NBC, and it was a black young brother, right? It was a black young brother that was on trial for murder. And while he was on trial for murder, the jury basically wanted to give him manslaughter, which means he'd do like 5 years, 10 years. This Puerto Rican woman, and I don't got nothing against no Puerto Ricans, was arguing with a black man on the jury because the black man was like, I can't send another black man to prison, man. We've already been through enough. She was like, well, if there's my son and all this other shit, this is what I'm fucking talking about. Ain't no black and brown coalition the way y'all niggas think it is. And she couldn't wait to say, no, I wanted him to go to jail. Because they don't like us. They use us to gain fame, and then they go back to their fucking people and their communities, and they give the money back that they done made off us. I'm just talking about Jennifer Lopez the other night. I said, so she was dating Alex Rodriguez and dating Puff that day. Like, bitch, stop. You never even liked black men. You just dating Puff Daddy because it was getting you on the hip hop community so you can sell them raggedy ass albums ain't nobody buy with your non-singing ass. I'm surprised Ben Affleck wouldn't be bothered with that bitch. It's probably some exotic shit, but you can tell Ben Affleck he's a typical white Boston man. He don't want to be bothered with that bitch. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no black and brown correlation. They come here, they imitate us so they can get fame and notoriety, and then they go back to their communities talking this I'm Latina. Now it's okay to be Afro-Latina. Well, fuck that Afro-Latina shit. I didn't grow up in that shit. I grew up either you Latino or you black. All this Afro-Latino shit is a bunch of bullshit too. Because when they want to claim that shit, because they want to claim that they're the progenitors of hip hop. That's why Fat Joe, I got love for Fat Joe, but Fat Joe, you need to stop, homie. Oh, Latinos created a half and half. Nigga, stop. Then if Latinos created a half and half and Latinos so big in hip hop, why the two biggest artists that have paved the way, Nas and Hov, they not Latino? So what happened to that? Get your hoe ass the fuck up out of here with that bullshit, man. Freeloading criminals, remember that. You have to understand, these people are given resources, land, wealth that black folk will never dream. We couldn't even dream or fathom of getting that. And they get this shit, and then they want to basically rub it in black folks' face. What the fuck you doing chasing a 14-year-old kid down and shooting him in the back talking about, I thought he had a gun? Nigga, you ain't the police. That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't stand, that's why I don't like going into gas station. I see any type of immigrant, yeah, I'll be looking at them upside their head because you don't fucking belong here. And the reason why I'm saying that is do shit the right way. Do for the people that built this country for fucking free. Oh, well, immigrants, I remember I heard a police officer say, well, immigrants, we built the country. No, y'all did not. Slavery by another name, he ain't mentioned no Latinos at all. Motherfucker, in 100 years of lynching, they ain't talking about no fucking Latinos. The fuck is wrong with you? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, in the matter of color, they ain't say shit about no Latinos and no Chinamen or none of that shit. They talk about black folk. Last time I checked, Emmett Till was a foundational black American, not no Chinese immigrant or no Latino or no Afro-Latino. Man, get the fuck out of here. Man, sometimes we have to start putting shit to bed and be like, nah, man, we not doing with that shit. And the reason why I'm saying this shit is because it doesn't even make sense. I'm like, all these history books and all this other shit, when I read they came for Columbus, Columbus was not talking about no fucking Mexicans and no Chinese people. The fuck are y'all talking about? Jesus, that's why I just be like, oh my God. Only here in the United States of America, motherfuckers just can super insert themselves into some history and just make it up. Wake up, people. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen. They're playing a game with us. And the game is, let's give the resources to the immigrants and let's not give shit to the black folk. Vote your interest. Don't be vote for motherfuckers, baby. See, look at Biden. Biden do all this vote. Oh, yeah, if you don't vote me, you ain't black. Okay, then what the fuck has he done for black folks lately? Nothing. And that's why they so worried about Donald Trump, because they know if that nigga run again, he's going to win. But I digress. Go look it up. Just Google 14-year-old kid shot in the back in South Carolina. It's going to tell you all you need to know. And as far as the NBA is concerned, either team that wins doesn't matter to me. I could just tell you this. They quick to fire a nigga, but they ain't fired Steve Kerr. Yeah, they fired that coach from Milwaukee, one white coach. But black coaches get fired every goddamn day, all day. So I don't want to hear that shit. And again, you can love LeBron all you want. But in my personal opinion, once you become a company man, sometimes you're prostituting your integrity for that money. And since he's already prostituted his integrity for the money and want to be a company man, that's why he put out that excerpt of, oh, I think I might retire, because he didn't want to take the social media beating he was going to get for getting swept. And that's what the Lakers get for doing Magic Johnson the way they did. And I'm going to keep saying it. You do not use us to get other people that look like us that play for your team and then treat us like Lady Eloise. Because the nigga couldn't fire Luke Walton with his sorry ass. That nigga was a bigger thief than Sedell 3, just stealing checks. Luke Walton was a piece of shit basketball player. And I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. He rolled the bench the whole fucking time. He wasn't shit. And all of a sudden somebody told him, you can coach. Nigga, you can't coach. You rolled the bench. Nigga, what? Stop. And they wouldn't let Magic Johnson fire. Oh, we got to get such and such in there. Why? Man, look, y'all better wake up and understand what the fuck is going on. This is called the institution of racism and white supremacy. And if you're not trying to establish a system of justice, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. But I can tell you this. You better know where the fuck you're going. And you better educate yourself. Start reading these books. Taking notes. Understand what the fuck is going on. Because there ain't no reason why that freeloading immigrant, I don't care if you've been here 50 years, 60 years, 100 years. I don't give a fuck. If you ain't traced back to 1866 treaty, then you're a fucking freeloader and you're an immigrant. Oh well. And he shouldn't be allowed to own those stores. If you're an immigrant and you're not traced back to the 1866 treaty, you shouldn't be allowed to own no businesses, no stores. That should go back to the people that can prove that they've been in this country since 1866. Everybody else, no, you should have to go get a regular fucking job. I don't care if you Italian, I don't care who the fuck you are. I'm so sick of hearing these motherfuckers with they bullshit ass stories about they came over here with a quarter in their pocket and they was able to build their dynasty off the backs of black labor, motherfucker. So get the fuck out of here. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.